Welcome back. Reynolds Rapp the Sports Podcast. You know who I am. And this is going to be a quick video today. I'm not even going to do an intro today. We're just going to jump right into it. I don't want to hold you guys up today, but there was just a few things that was on my mind that I wanted to talk about. But first, I wanted to jump into the recap of the Spurs and OKC game last night, which kind of reminded me, man, of a game that, from a playoff game from like the early 2000s, maybe late 90s, a little bit as far as the physicality of the game, man. And I think OKC may have figured out the Spurs a little bit too. Man, you got to get physical with these boys, man, and that's exactly what OKC did last night. Um, Man, they were tossing Wimby around. They were, bodying him up, getting physical with him, and that's what you have to do, man. He's a little, he's a little slim, so gotta put body to him a little bit. Get a guy in there, who can use up, some fouls a little bit, fouling, and get physical with him. And that's what OKC did last night, man. And not only that, physical with him, they were just physical in general. Hartenstein, man, I loved how he played last night on defense. The fact that he was grabbing guys' dreads and grabbing guys by the arm and throwing them down. And sometimes you gotta get a little dirty, man. A championship is on the line. A championship is on the line. In OKC last night, they played like it, man. Shout out to them boys, man. And not only did they play like it, they won me some money too. If you watched the episode that I had, I think it was the show I put out yesterday. If I put one out yesterday, where I, towards the end of the show, I told you guys where I was going at taking OKC. Um, you might have won some money if you listened to the show yesterday. So tonight, that's why I have a short show tonight because there's some things I need to do real quick before the Knicks and Cavs game come back on. But tonight, I plan to be taking the Knicks tonight at the Garden. I just don't see how the Cavs can bounce back, at least not on the road from what happened in game one. So I just don't see it. So I think the Knicks steamroll them, and the Cavs play better at home anyway. So I think the Knicks will take these two at home. I honestly think that the Cavs will probably take those two back in Cleveland. Um, we'll see, but that's what I truly believe. I just think, well, the numbers actually speak for itself. If you go back and if you're better, the Cavs actually play better at home than they do on the road. So I'm expecting New York to win that game tonight. But this isn't about New York or the Cavs. This is actually about the Spurs and OKC. And for some reason, why when I was watching that game last night, in my mind, I was just thinking, like, man, if the Spurs still had like Chris Paul last night, they probably would have won that game because if you look at the chart behind us here, you see that I mean, look, they're going to need De'Aaron Fox. Not to say that they just need somebody who can be able to control the offense and get guys in position to be a little bit more efficient than what they were. I thought that for the most part, a lot of the stars for the Spurs they showed up for the most part. I mean, I thought Wimby, could have shot the ball more. I mean, he had 16 attempts, 50% from the floor, 3 for 7 from three. He had 17 rebounds. Can't be mad at that. 6 assists, 4 blocks. But I don't think he shot the ball enough. 16 attempts, like your Wimby. Like, add another 8 shots onto that. He got to be a little bit more aggressive. And I think that you got to take the ball out of Castle's hand too a little bit, man. I like Castle. I like Castle a lot, but 9 turnovers, that's a bit much for the kid. He's a really decent player, but man, if they had someone who can be able to control the pace of that game last night and get these guys in position, like a Chris Paul, and I know, like that he was with the Spurs before he actually went to the Clippers and then retired, but if he would have stayed with this team here, this probably would have been his best chance to win a championship. Would have probably been this year, actually. So I kind of felt for Chris Paul, man, when I was watching this game last night because I was watching some highlights of him and Wimby because they actually played together, if you can remember. And it was almost like watching Stockton and Malone to a certain degree when they were on the court. But this was when San Antonio, I don't even think they were winning like that yet. But just having like a guy like a Chris Paul who would have been able to control that game last night, that's something that just stuck out to me in my mind when I was watching that game, man. Like, they need a floor general to make sure, they have some certain direction and get guys in line. But I like Castle, but you got to take the ball out of his hand next game. He actually shot the ball well from the floor. He didn't shoot well from three, but 10 for 17, you can't be mad at that. The bench, Kellen Johnson tried to give him a little something, 4 for 12, 2 for 4 from three. It was just the turnovers, man. This team they committed too many turnovers. You can't turn the ball over against OKC, man. They're gonna bury you. They will bury you at the end of the day. So I think that's something that's probably going to change with the Spurs going into the next game, man. I think they'll play a little bit more control. They're going to be right back in their own environment. They're going to have the crowd behind them, and that place is going to be rocking down there in San Antonio, man. They got some great fans down there in Texas. But I want to just show you guys, man, and I'm pretty sure basketball aficionados already know this about the OKC Thunder, and it's the key to their success. Man, this team has a bench. It's the bench. And as you can see, I mean, they take guys in, they sub guys out, sub guys in, and it just seems like whoever steps on that floor for them, they come out ready to play. I mean, from 1 to 13. And as you can see, the starters, at least some of them couldn't really get it going the way that they wanted to. Chet only gave you 13. We were just talking about him from game one needing to do more. He still couldn't really do as much. But man, that bench bailed him out. That bench bailed him out. Caruso has been having a fantastic series so far. Uh, Jared McCain, my Sixers actually traded this guy away, and then we could have used him. Actually, I don't know. This is the reason why uh, Daryl Morey got fired. Making decisions like this. I mean, that's a young man that could have actually helped out the Sixers, my Sixers, this year. But he came off the bench. He didn't shoot well last night, 4 for 14. But look at the rest of his stats. I mean, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, play some defense. 3 for 9 for three, 33%. I mean, you'll take that. He couldn't hit the way he want to, but he did something. He did something. Then you got Case and Wallace off the bench with 12. Then look, Mitchell 10. I mean, you got 3, 4 guys off the bench in double digits. So I think that's just the key to OKC, man, is that they can just bring guys in and you know they produce a well-oiled machine from OKC. So this is going to be a tough series between these two teams. And I think this is going to go 7. I think this is going to go 7 games. And I also believe that whoever does come out of the West will win the NBA championship. So, and that's no knock on New York. It's not a knock on the Cavs. I just think that OKC and San Antonio are better at this point in time uh, than the Knicks and the Cavs. I just think that the Western Conference teams are a lot better than the Eastern Conference teams. But I know a lot of New Yorkers would say, hell no, you don't know what you're talking about. They ain't better than us. Um, but I would have to say, out of all these teams, and maybe OKC will probably have something to say about it, I don't think anybody wants to go play in New York. That place is just crazy, man. It's been crazy, and I don't know if it's always been like that, but this season it's definitely been like that. But shout out to OKC, man, for being a little physical with these boys yesterday, man. I think that's the key to victory for them. That's what they have to do. They got to get physical with San Antonio, and they should beat Wemby up, man. Put him on the line. Make sure that at the end of these games, man, he putting the ice pack on his back. You gotta beat him up. I mean, this is the last series before you get to the championship, man. Everything on the line. It's pretty much all or nothing, and that's what OKC played like last night, man. It was really impressive to see the physicality that they came to the arena with, and they stuck with it all game. I mean, you can say what you want about Hardenstein and his dirty play and all that. Brother man had a double double, 10, 13. You know, you can't ask for more than that, at least from him. And he was physical. And I know I saw it on the TV. They were talking about guys playing dirty. Hey, listen, it's a championship on the line. You got to do whatever you need to do. Uh, and that's what OKC did. But we'll see what kind of adjustments that the Spurs will make, and hopefully they make some. And I'm pretty sure they will. They got a great coaching staff over there, and we'll see tomorrow night. We will see tomorrow night. But there's some things that came across in a couple days, last couple days, that just crossed my mind that I also wanted to just jump to as well. So I just want to we're going to stop sharing that, and I'm going to come up here and there's a few things that was just on my mind here. Um, Nolan Smith got arrested. This brother was down in Georgia, I believe. He was down in Atlanta, down there in Georgia. He was doing 137 in a 75-mile-an-hour speed. I mean, 75 in itself is just as far as the limit is fast in itself. But you 137, brother, you going 137 miles per hour? I mean, who are your friends, brother? Like I don't even know. Maybe he was by himself. I'm not sure if he had anyone with him, but man, like you got to get you some people in your corner, brother. That's gonna not have you make these decisions like this, man. I mean, you're a Super Bowl champion. You due to get the bag, actually. So I mean, this isn't a good look. I mean, I, I mean, you're probably going to lose a couple million over it. There's always a negotiation period. The team's probably going to look at this and, use this against you because that's what they try to do. That's life. Any type of negative thing that you bring to the table, it's always going to be used against you. But this was just a look, man. This was a bad look. Now, I'm not sure what the NFL is going to do about this. Will he get suspended? He'll probably get fined. I'm not sure. But 137, brother, you got to have some type of regard for your life and everybody else around you. So I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan. This was very disappointing news. I'm just glad that no one got hurt, and hopefully, he learned his lesson. Hopefully he learned his lesson. Um, those mud shots, they never look good. That's an embarrassing situation. So Nolan Smith, man, you made my team, my organization. We look bad right now. Um, Hopefully you get yourself together, man, and you know, and you start realizing how precious life is. You don't want to be doing 137 in anything. Car, boat, it don't matter what you're in. Uh, that's just a bad look, man. And hopefully you got some good people in your corner, man, that can, steer you straight, get rid of those yes men, because and get you some good friends, man. Because I don't even know if you the bag, brother. You are the bag. So you just can't do anything like this. AJ Brown, man, I want to jump to AJ Brown. Like I said, I just want to keep it quick. I'm sorry. It's not going to be a professional video today. This is going to be a fast video. I got things to do, and plus I want to watch this game later. So AJ Brown, man, we don't know where he's going. I keep hearing things. We're getting closer to that June 1st deadline as far as, when the cap comes down for him to be able to be traded. And now all types of teams is coming out the woodwork. First, for months, it was just the Patriots. Now I'm hearing about the Jags, and then I'm hearing about the Rams, and there was another team in there. The Chargers were in there as well. So we'll see. At this point, I don't know where this brother's going. The whole time, I thought it was going to be the Patriots, and then you got the Mike Vrabel scandal thing going on. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Then other teams started to get in. Yeah, I saw Brian Thomas Jr. And you just start seeing things. The Rams came up. Puka, his future is uncertain. So with AJ Brown, man, I just don't know what's gonna go on for this brother, man, or with this brother. I wish him well. I don't think he's gonna be an Eagle. But I do think that he's going to go to one of those three teams. It's either going to be the Patriots, the Jags, or I don't see the Eagles trading him to the Rams. I don't see that because the Rams are in the NFC with us. I think that would be an idiotic move, and I don't think Howie Roseman would do a thing like that. I really don't. So I do believe the Jags. I believe the Jags are been talking, and I'm still going to stick my guns with the Patriots. I think that it's going to be the Patriots at the end of the day, but we'll see. But with all these teams coming out the woodworks and things like that, it's hard to tell where this brother's going to go right now. But I do know he's going to go somewhere. And I keep saying all this stuff about these guys. Jalen Hurts not at the wedding, the Eagles players not at this guy's wedding or anything like that. I don't really get into that. It's not sports related to me. But what I will say is, congratulations to that brother. It looked like it was a beautiful wedding that he had, and as an Eagle fan, man, we wish him well. We wish AJ Brown well, man. He came 4 years, man. It was 4 great, solid years of having him. Uh, Man, I could just remember just watching him, just being excited by a lot of the catches and the plays that he was able to make for us. Won a Super Bowl, went to 2 Super Bowls, won one. He played great in both, actually. So I'm going to miss him. I am going to miss him, but I do like what we have in place, though. And I think that my Eagles are in good hands, and I think we're going to be fine. So, yeah, so that's going to be it. Like I said before, it's going to be a short show. I wanted to be short show, but I see I'm approaching 16 minutes right now, so I went over a little bit. But listen, I'm going to come back with the recap show tomorrow of the Cavs and Knicks tonight's game. I'm still working on. Well, I'm not even working on it. I have a video in place for the running backs for the fantasy football. Matthew Berry's not top 10 running backs. I did a quarterback video. You could check out that video in the video archives. Go take a look at it. But I think I'm probably going to go live stream with it because I also want to do a mock draft and do different scenarios to see what the ADP is looking like, who's slipping, who I can grab in later rounds, who I can wait on to grab, or just the strategy and all. Do I want to go and grab a Lamar Jackson early this season, or do I want to wait and let maybe like a Trevor Lawrence or like a Matthew Stafford fall to me in the later rounds? Should I build up my team before I grab my quarterback? So we got a whole bunch of questions that need answers, and hopefully we'll find some. I'm planning to do a live stream this weekend, so we'll see. But until then, appreciate you for hanging out with your boy Reynolds, and it's a wrap.